well off when they are being deported from Europe. Some people are being packed just from the street where they meet them. They are not consulted from the ground that they live. They may have left something, a gem. When we say a gem, it means something precious. This is why the diamond is called a gemstone, because it's a precious stone. It's in the family of the stones. No matter how much gem it is a stone. The most beautiful lady, if President Barrow's wife is standing there and then you point to somebody and say you are the most beautiful lady, she may feel insulted, and she has every right to feel insulted. Because she is the first lady. If she is not the most beautiful, you can still give her the credit and call her the most beautiful. This is why OIC, I'm not oversighting your presence and your eligibility of providing this occasion productive. So people with that PTSD history, anytime their mind crosses that PTSD trauma or incident or how it happens, what happened? Their mental status got unstable. But we are going too far when we say PTSD. Let's use something that is a very close challenge to our community, to our young, especially the youths. Students are here. Girls who have just started their how will I call that? I don't want to use that word as well. Anyway, psychologically, where I come from, we call them the risk-taking stage personnel. That age is from 12 for ladies and to 18, and 15 for boys to 18. At this age, it's teenage age, but I don't want to use those words, but because that's what everybody knows. But it's beyond that. Sometimes you being a girl, some changes physically have started taking place in you. Do you think you are going along with them? Do you think they are fine with you? Do you think they are something that is not challenging you mentally? They are. A lot of our pregnant women, they have post-trauma, how do you call it, postpartum depressions. Nurses can tell you better. Some of them, during their birth, they have very big challenge that nurses, when they find somebody in labor with that condition, they ring a bell. Whatever and whoever is doing what, join hand to rescue this woman. It's called eclampsia. Ask nurses, they will tell you what that means. When you see a lady in labor with that condition, they call everyone. That condition can lead to mental illness. This is why in Mandinkas they will say, we are oversighting that. And it's happening a lot, because go to Tanka, you see some ladies, they never have history of mental illness. But because of that postpartum depression, they are mentally challenged today. Some even lead to the fact that their children are dead. I'm not going to say them killing it, because they are not themselves when it's happening. Now they are beyond the zones of the green and the yellow. They are going beyond. Where? To the orange zone. This place, they need help. And what kind of help? Not my help at Tanka, but HEMDA's help. On this world, at a door, something is pasted. What does it say? HEMDA Consulate. That's the name of the room. I'm not going to say room. HEMDA Consulate. How do you get rid of that stress? Last, the post-trauma. Our young girls are being raped by what? Some of them call them pedophiles. I don't call them those names, because I will kill one when you are closer. I'm a father of daughters, so they are not my friend. It's our uncles, our brothers, our fathers who are close to these girls who are doing that to them. At the end of the day, those girls don't only limit to the mental health continuum of the orange zone. They go where? The red zone. They become clients of Tanka. They are coming because each time they see a guy who resembles the man, the play comes to their head. Each time they thought of me growing and going to a maternal house, they get depressed. They get challenged. What happened next? One episode to another. One thought of disorder to another. And it affects their behavioral functions. And at the end of the day, what happens? Some of them get aggressive, and they even want to kill the next man that looks like you. Why? Because they have been traumatized. Probably grief is the savior to that situation. All to the name of mental health. And if HEMDA is coming today with an initiative that says that helping people with mental disorders, come on, you are not an exception. I follow their page on the internet, and each and every one of you here is challenged. Take your mobile out, go to Google app, search engine, and type HEMDA. You will find a name. And what functions do they do? People, myself and my service providers at Tanka cannot help, are the people HEMDA is helping. People, you, the community people, family and caregivers of every community is rejecting. That's what HEMDA is saying, that you belong somewhere. So if anyone is here that is not proud of HEMDA, count me not a fan of you. I am so proud of you because I believe from Tanka, I have seen somebody who feels like I do, who is a family of me when it comes to service delivery, because I help somebody who can kill me in the next minute. HEMDA is doing the same job. They go to the community, find you in a place so remote, so abandoned and so isolated, and they come and wake you up. Are you hungry, my brother? My sister, do you need food? This is what HEMDA does. Even at Tanka, we don't do anything like that. They bath you when you are dirty. They give you fresh clothes. They make you look like me and you. And in holistic health, we said, give me love before you treat me. And the nurses, your Florence Nightingale, the oath that you take to become a nurse, what did she do? She saw love first before she gave you care. She was a functional Red Cross in World War I and II. That is what gives birth to nursing today. So that Florence Nightingale is a very good example of Maimuna Fall. So I'm not taking a lot of your time. The zones is what you follow. The green and the yellow zone, see yourself that you can come back to yourself, because it's a matter of you being stable. Go back to the bad side of the bed and come back to the good side of the bed. But in situations where you have history that crosses your mind from time to time, you need HEMDA to speak to challenge yourself with that counseling, that guidance, and that coaching to overcome the situation. But when it goes beyond that, woe betide you, you will come to me. My final thing is IPRO. Give me just a minute. Let me address that. If a minute is less, just give me 2. Because it's the float of substances in our community right now. Every young youth is, one way or the other, smoking. When you start smoking cigarette, it's to no avail. After a period of time, you add cannabis. Cannabis is no avail to a period of time. You go for skunks. Boys, come on, who goes along with me? You know what I'm talking about. Skunk is there. And now it's beyond skunk. You are taking kush. For us, from the health domain or the whole fraternity, we call it synthetic cannabis. That's the name we give it to it, because kush does not exist in our nomenclature. So this synthetic cannabis, what does it do? It's a combination of various different, how do you call it, moderants that you don't even know that they are just agents that you bring together. Some even say that a human bone is involved. You are smoking a human bone that have died years ago. You don't even know what kills that body, do you? Maybe he died of HIV. Maybe tuberculosis. Because some tuberculosis are found inside the bone marrow. Do you know that? It's not visible on your outside image. It's found inside the bone. And it can easily kill people. Maybe I'm a client that have died of that. You happen to steal one of my bone, maybe my tibia, or one of my, I don't know what name would I give it, or my scapula, is what you have just get from the graveyard. You come and pound it and put it there, and you never know. My friend, TB is a karma. It will haunt you to the grave. Why is it not killing you today? Because you are on a very good nutritional status. The older you become, the weaker your immune system. TB is welcoming, and it's gonna kill you. The OIC of Abuko will be my witness. Ask him and his buddies. He will tell you better. And the final thing is going to be, don't make Kush a friend, because Kush will push you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Abuko cultural team. They are in our midst. They are the Abuko cultural team, and I would like everyone here to welcome them, because they are giving the gathering a little bit of juice. Because, of course, we are Gambians. We believe in Gambian culture. And what is Gambian culture without drums? Of course, you are welcome. I'll give you time. Sorry, sir. I'll give you time. I'll give you time. I'll give you time. I know their hands are aching. And of course, I would like to go back to my previous speaker, Mr. Barrow. Mr. Barrow, you have a promise to make. From today is what? Wednesday. Next Monday, I will call you. We have to send some people from HEMDA to your institution. At least we need some training from your institution. That is very important. And can you make that promise that anytime we send representatives from HEMDA, you will be able to guide us through that process?
I think that is rather unfortunate that I cannot do that.
Why? As the leader?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. Why? Tanga, I am not here to talk about Tanga. I'm here to talk about HEMDA. This is why I don't give you a brief history of Tanga.
Okay.
Tanga is a hospital in name, a department in Fonson.
Okay.
We are a department of Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital.
Yeah, I know that.
This is why we only have a departmental matron.
Okay.
And as a departmental matron, we have almost few nursing officers that can be as functions as me.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And we work in a protocol of metric system.
Okay.
Not computer people. I'm not talking about. I mean management. When I say metrics, there is a general manager. There is another manager below, and there is another manager on lead. It reaches the last person.
Okay.
In that bureaucracy, the chief matron give me the authority to say, Lamin, go to this place and train.
Okay.
This is why when your letter was sent, the consultation of our authority was consulted.
Okay.
So I can't just come here, even how much I love HEMDA,
Okay.
without our authority.
Okay. Thank you. And of course, there's nothing impossible. Even the word said, I am possible. So, Lamin, what I would like you to do is, anytime I call you, make sure you direct me to your boss.
With pleasure.
Yes. And if you direct me to your boss, make sure if I get to your boss and I call you, you'll be able to say, yes, I am the one that directed the guy there.
I can even go.
That is all I need from you.
My love for you is beyond that. I can even
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That is, of course, appreciated. And your speech is immense. Your speech have entered all sectors of mental health. You've talked about our young girls, young students. You've talked about our parents at home, those who are facing stress from, of course, their husbands or their wives. And of course, you've talked about the youth, that mental health is mostly affecting. These are people that I would say they are the most vulnerable, the youth, because of the substances that are coming into this country every day. And of course, I am glad to revisit our able partners, the Dynamic Teachers Association. This is not just an association composing of teachers. They have soldiers and security men in their midst. And of course, the Dynamic Teachers Association, I would like you to help us with that. We know you compose of so many sectors in development and the government. You have soldiers among you, you have police officers, and you also have teachers. This is the only association I would say contains everything. Like when you have teachers, you have everything. When you have police officers, you have everything. When you have military officers, you have everything. So, Dynamic Teachers Association, you are welcome once again, and we are indeed pleased for your